Quiet on set.
Camera.
Rolling.
Sound.
Speed.
And action.
Film nerds, good friends, and old roommates get together to talk about
Books.
Welcome to the Film Nerd Book Club.
Can't wait for you to read with us.
Is this recording?
Hi, welcome back, Spicy Disasters. Welcome to another episode of the Film Nerd Book Club. We've got Ibi, Mika, Sonji, and we've got Josh down at the bottom. Not causing problems this time around.
Nice.
All right. Hey, I've been watching a lot of Bob's Burgers. And I've identified with Linda.
Yes, the best.
So this is the wrap up of Mythic and Gothic
I think I got that.
Thinking Gothic.
by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. So just a quick rapid fire. What are your guys' thoughts
Ugh.
now that we are done?
On the book or in
Go.
general?
That was a
On your
one-syllable review by Jess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Evie, go, because I know I'm going to have to cut you off.
My thoughts on the book or in general?
Your
In
book.
general.
The book.
Why are
Dum
you
dum.
asking questions that you know the answers to?
Is your
I've
video
already-
using your head a little bit too much?
I've already made it clear over the course of this video series on this book that I think this book was awesome. It was great. It hit all the points that I was looking for in something horror related throughout October, and I was very
Horror
happy.
related.
No, horror.
Horror.
Okay, so
Guys,
if you...
I know how to speak good. God.
good.
Okay, yes, you
Mhm.
really do. Overall, what rating would you give it?
I would give it a good 10 peppers out of 10.
I love that you said peppers.
I love
So-
it. That's our rating
Okay,
system
that's
now.
our rating.
Peppers.
Oh, forever moving forward.
Should
it's
the
peppers.
rating be 10s or 5s though? I've always felt that maybe 10s are too many numbers.
How about it depends on how much you loved the book?
Out of 5, you give it a 10.
I get the
All right, out of 5 I give it 10 habaneros.
Woo! Jess, did you want to stick by your first comment?
Ew.
So, ew. And what was the rating for
It
ew?
was not ew. It was ugh.
Oh, ugh. Sorry.
It was one pepper. No.
There's a big difference with that at the end. That little
Ugh.
the phlegm says it all, you know?
I'll give it I'll give it a 1 out of 5.
One
Damn,
pepper?
that's low.
A single pepper?
Okay, fine. A 2 out of 5.
A pepper. What are those
What
small
kind of-
peppers?
What kind of
Pepperoncini?
pepper?
Oh.
I don't know. Banana pepper?
How could you do that to a banana pepper?
I know, those are awesome.
Those are my favorite. You just disgrace them.
I just said a random pepper, guys. I'm
We will
not a
ha-
pepper person. Okay.
Joshy.
This one is hard because I appreciate.
I know. I tried so. See, look, I had better composure than Jess. I'm very proud of that.
For the
I
first
hate
time
all
for
of you.
everything.
This is why I'm not on screen.
Because
This right
earlier,
here.
when Jess introduced Josh, it said the bottom. I wanted to say something, but I couldn't because I wanted to stay professional.
Yep, that's me.
Are
The
we?
bottom. Anyway, ay Dios, ya se me olvidó todo. What were we even talking about?
Okay, I need your overall opinion
Read
on
it.
the book
Yeah.
and a
But over-
rating.
Okay, so this one's hard to grade for me because horror is not my thing. Like, I did not enjoy the process of reading a lot of this book, but I still think the writing on it was great. So, like, on its merit, I give it like a 5-star, but on my enjoyment, it's like a 2. So I guess I'm gonna just settle in the middle and say it's a 3-star for me.
Oh, okay. Well, you rounded up. I mean, I feel like that's rounding up. You gave it more than I thought.
Because I really do love I love the themes that were explored, how she laid them out. I think that she is doing some important things in the story. it's not a thing that I particularly enjoy. That's just what it is. Like, again, if I'm just
that's fair.
evaluating the writing, for me, it was like a 4 to 5 star book. But like on my enjoyment, it's much lower because I didn't enjoy it.
That's super fair. And
There's a
well
fine line
put.
between the subject matter versus the quality of
True.
Yes.
portraying the subject matter.
Yes.
Sonji, what do you think?
Oof. I have to go with Evie. I like horror. I like watching a lot of horror movies, and I did like the reading, even though it's a slow start, but it was easy for me to read, easy to follow along, and just the imagery, it was like watching the movie. It was like the details, and I liked all the twists. There were some disgusting things that I have to say I did get really disgusted by, but it got me to that point that I did feel disgusted. So bravo.
What rating would you give it?
I would have to say 5 out of 5. Like it was good. Like I really liked it. I can't wait for it to be on a TV series.
So I'd have to. Okay, so I can agree with each and every one of you on certain things. Jess, yes, 100%. I agree. Josh, probably I feel more along the lines of your thoughts because I'm so not a horror person, but I do have to say it kind of, for me not being a horror person, the thing that I didn't like was how fantastic the imagery is because I felt it was too much for me to handle. Like I was like, no, because if this was a movie and I could see it clearly in my brain because of how well written it was, I did not like it because it's not my thing. And it was creepy and weird and I didn't like it. But I guess it did its job. So I mean, if you do enjoy it,
be so wrong and like out of context.
Every conversation I have, I feel like to be taken out of context.
I feel like every episode,
Always.
you just like didn't know.
I know. I will have to say this though. So like judging it by its cover, I love the cover of the book, and it makes me want to love it because I feel like the cover actually does a really good job in like. I don't know. I just feel like its imagery, its actual imagery on the cover matches the imagery that it creates when you're reading it in your head. It's very vivid. And
I said this, I think, on the first episode, but all of the images on the cover are actually on the book. They're described on the book. She talks about the green wallpaper, even though the green wallpaper is not part of the house. She talks about like the effects of green wallpaper on Victorian people.
Mm-hmm.
The way that she's posed is almost reminiscent of the way that Howard's wives are posed in the in their portraits. It's almost like the book cover is the second after they're done posing, where she would have been handling the flowers and she had the ring, but now she's done posing, so she's putting it all down.
So
she's relaxed.
Like it's been a while since I read a book that I really could from start to finish. I did not have trouble imagining any part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think when we read,
you just have trouble reiterating what you felt.
Ouch. When we read If We Were Villains, I feel like the only really good imagery in those parts were when they were performing.
Yeah, the stage,
and
the description.
Yeah, but like this whole book, I felt like it was very much like I was there the whole time, and I didn't enjoy being there the whole time.
Well, that's how you know.
I would give it. I would have to find somewhere in the middle because it wouldn't be fair for me to be like this because I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah,
like the actual subject matter, it would be like one
well
pepper. But it is well written,
like
so I feel like I should give it 2.5 peppers.
It does a good.
So you agree?
It does. Sorry, go Jess.
No, so she agrees. Like, yeah, it's well written, but ugh.
Yeah, it has to be your thing. I think it's just one of those, hit or miss. But now that we are done reading it, and we can dive further into the ins and outs of how disgusting and terrible it is. We have a little clip to jump into first before I want to continue this discussion, because I think when we did our last, when we wrapped up the final chapters and everything, we kind of got a little further into discussion, and we had to like cut it short because we realized very quickly that, not very quickly because it was a semi-long discussion, we realized that we were getting into some things that we should be discussing in the wrap-up. So let's go ahead and watch that clip real fast, and then we'll come back and
So this is how it all started.
I guess.
Correct.
I'm glad that they saved him, but they shouldn't be together.
I mean, technically, they're already married. What are they gonna do? Then
Also,
get a divorce and
technically,
then
they are cousins
Howard-
in theory, aren't they?
no?
No.
By marriage? By
No.
marriage! Catalina is married to his cousin. I mean, he's
No.
dead now, but they're still
Well-
by marriage related.
No,
Not anymore.
not anymore. Virgil
Not
is
anymore,
dead.
sweetie.
I mean,
He's out of the picture.
It's the removed part, but yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Catalina and Naomi are cousins. Virgil and Francis are cousins.
Yeah, but they're not the
Catalina
same
and Virgil
family.
married.
Okay,
It doesn't matter, they're still cousins.
it
She's
doesn't
a
matter.
widow.
Yeah.
Point is, it's a happy ending.
But
There
it
we
was
go.
so cute.
Still incestuous, still.
It's not
Incestuous.
incestuous at all, actually.
No, not
It
that
is.
end.
It
By
isn't.
marriage.
Yes,
It's
but
by
that doesn't
marriage.
count. That
Yes,
doesn't.
it does. Dude,
Not
do not
really.
fucking marry your cousin, even if it's twice removed.
No, but
I'm
it's
telling
not
you
even
now.
twice removed.
There's not even twice removed. There's
No,
no.
it's only
blood.
once removed. It's
Not
less than twice
even.
removed.
There's
Not
no.
even.
There's no blood
Yes.
relation whatsoever.
It doesn't
No.
matter.
They
It does
are by
matter.
marriage cousins, though.
They
Your
are
cousins are not
Yes,
cousins. They're
by
cousins.
marriage.
Fuck. No.
But Francis has nothing to do with biology with neither of these women. It doesn't,
it doesn't
count.
matter. Yes, it does.
It does matter. It makes a difference.
Oh my God.
So, like, if your dad, decided to marry like your mom's cousin after she dies, it doesn't count, right?
But that's not what happened.
Doesn't
That's not what
count.
happened either. That is not what
Catalina
happened
didn't
here,
marry
though.
Francis.
Listen,
Catalina married
all we're
Virgil.
saying is that
cousin and
they are
cousin.
cousins, now widowed.
Separate.
However, no, they're not blood, but they are still cousins. So
Yeah, but
in a way,
he-
it still
he-
found a way to keep it in the family.
No, because
Yes, because if they have a baby, it still has the Doyle bloodline.
Because of
Half of
Francis,
it.
though. Only because of Francis.
yeah.
Yes, but that doesn't change the fact that with that marriage, they are still cousins.
No, they're not cousins.
Oh my God! Yes, they
They're
are.
not cousins.
No, they're not cousins.
By this,
Yes.
by law, they
Yes.
are.
Maybe
What do you mean by law?
On the stupid ass legal forms, sure.
Yeah, no,
but-
that's
even
not
by
meant by
law.
law. I don't
Not
know what
even
else
by
by law
law.
means.
Fuck the
Okay.
law.
Show me.
For,
show me.
for legal reasons.
They
For
will
legal.
be fucking the
hang
law.
on,
They're gonna be
hang
fucking
on.
each other.
Hang.
No, wait. No, wait. Explain to me. Tell me
Okay.
where there is this one law that says that if your cousin married someone, you
It's how
cannot
the family
marry
tree
that
works.
cousin.
First, I didn't say anything about them breaking the law. I said by law they are cousins.
But no, they're
Marriage
not.
certificate is part of the law. That
Yes.
is-
But still,
it
the way you
happens.
explain it, you
So-
try to make it sound creepy, but it really isn't creepy at all because
It
there's no
is,
bylaw.
though.
No, it isn't.
There,
It-
in that case,
That
there's no
creepy.
Everything
blood.
happens all the time in real life, all the time. It
that
has
doesn't
nothing to
make it
do.
right.
No, because maybe when they're blood related, maybe for sure. But there's
When it's blood, definitely. When
But
it's
this
not
is-
blood related, when you say I'm marrying this person and he's the cousin
We
of this
still
other
met at
person,
the family
it's like,
reunion, even though we're twice removed.
Thank
It's still
you.
a family reunion.
I'm with Tamika. I'm with fucking Tamika with this
What?
whole thing, like, fucked up. This is
it's
all
not
fucked
the
up.
same
No,
thing.
it's not
It's
the
not the
same.
same thing.
It's
It's
still
You're
not-
right.
fucked up.
If
There's
there-
layers
if
of
there-
wrong, and in terms of like sister and brother, it's not that extreme. However, they are still cousins. by marriage.
They are still
Wait.
cousins. They're cousins
But
by
that
marriage.
doesn't make it weird because there's
It
no
doesn't make it.
blood
That doesn't make it
related.
weird though.
That
doesn't make it weird.
No. Oh
That
my
does
god.
make it weird.
It's
If
only
there's-
as
okay,
weird when there's
She
blood
showed up and she's
relation
like,
involved.
technically we're family, and I'm gonna marry somebody in my family. It's creepy. It's weird.
No.
I
But it
don't
just
agree.
is weird to us, and it's
You're-
not weird to you guys.
Look.
It's totally fine. You guys are
Look.
getting way more heated over it than
Look.
it's worrying me
Because
how
it was a
heated
nice
about it you're
ending.
getting.
Stop trying to ruin the nice ending.
It was
It's
a
not a
nice
nice
ending. It was a
ending.
creepy
It is
book.
a nice
You're
ending.
traumatized
Not
for
a
life.
nice
That's not nice.
ending. Not nice.
They are all
Not a nice
traumatized for life.
ending.
She had some fucking 300 or 400-year-old dude stick his tongue down her fucking throat and then almost got raped multiple times and then forced into a marriage that she just so happened to be okay with at the
Okay.
end. Is that a happy
Okay.
ending?
So okay, wait.
First of all-
wait.
Hang on.
You're gonna tell me that you're
I'll
gonna
tell you right
if you-
now.
wait, if you go through a trauma, you're gonna then ignore everything that just happened to you and start fresh with someone
Ignore.
trying to figure out what is going on with
There's
your
actually a
head
perfect quote for this.
when this one
No.
person that
I'm gonna
helped
take
you
my
through
time and get
everything.
back into a correct frame of mind, and then I'm gonna jump into a relationship after I'm in a fucking
wait.
correct state of mind.
There's a perfect, like literally
that's
the
not-
ending of Speed sums this up perfectly because Sandra Bullock even says that-
No.
Yeah,
no.
100%.
And I'll tell you why.
Yeah,
First of
except
all,
they weren't related.
except they
weren't
still
related.
They are
end up
not
together at the
related.
end of Speed.
No,
And I do
They
not.
broke up.
No, I do not count Cruise Control because Cruise Control was terrible. That does not
No,
count.
that doesn't matter. But the point is the quote she says even says that those relationships don't last because it's based out of the trauma situation.
Okay,
So,
but we're not in
regardless,
the future.
They are
We're in
cousins.
the moment, and they're not cousins by
She
blood.
was forced into that marriage.
Except it's not a true marriage because there's no paperwork for it. It was officiated by a wacko.
So they shouldn't be together.
You're right.
Glad you
That's a
agree
happy
with me.
ending. You're so right. Yep.
But end of the day, they went through something traumatic together. They had already
happily ever after. You're
they
so
already had
right.
affection for each other from the beginning.
Correct.
It's not creepy.
It's not creepy.
It is
If
creepy.
they were-
Whatever helps you sleep at night, Evie.
Whatever. All right.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
High
boo-boo.
Place burned. The evil was destroyed, and they escaped with their
Maybe.
lives, and they're going to try
Maybe
and
it was
rebuild
destroyed.
the future.
Escape.
Escape.
He even said that was
Wait.
it would just created a feeding ground for more of that fungus, is what he thought.
No, because that's right. Because it either brings up when we're safe.
How
He goes like,
about
well,
you listen to what I say instead of trying to say no first?
I'm agreeing with you
Wow.
Boom.
because
stepping away.
you're right when they're talking about how they burned everything up, and he's like, well, actually, there are some mushrooms that with fire they blah blah, and nobody's like, please shut the fuck up. We won. So
That's what you're doing. You're like, nope, I don't want to hear it. Nope. It's a good ending. It's a good
exactly
ending.
because that could be anyway.
They won.
So
It's not guilty.
this was
It's true love, it's true
this was.
love.
I didn't say it's true love. I didn't say that either. They
No.
have a bond. There's love there. It could be any
There
kind
is
of
love.
love. This is a man who has not experienced true, genuine love from anybody. It doesn't have to be true love, romantic love. It's a form of love.
Yes.
We don't know what the future holds for them, but they're together, whatever they are. All right.
Correct.
Point is,
Correct.
Eating babies tomorrow.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, thank you for joining us, and this was Mythicking. This was Mythicking Gothic.
That was like the most heated discussion on marriage technicalities I've ever had in my life.
On family technicalities.
I do want to. Okay, so we're
I
gonna.
think that was the most heated we've ever gotten on anything.
We are gonna dive into this discussion, but I do want instead of because it's kind of hard when we were heated in the moment and everything. So I do think it's important that we all sit. I do want to clarify.
in the moment.
Okay, so I think what I originally was saying is a little different than what ended up being Jess and I's take on it, which is ultimately, they are cousins because of this marriage and whatever. However, with them having that bond and them being together, that plan that Howard had made up still technically is happening. And what I mean by they're still they're cousins now technically was like that was Howard's plan. So like it's
They can fit in the
still it's
family.
kind of like one of those things where it's like, you know, the Inception spinny thing where it's like "Ugh," it like just left that
Like it's
feeling in
still
my
going.
mind of like, but it still happened even though they're like free from it, but it was still Howard's idea nonetheless. And if they were to have a child, it would have the Doyle blood. Not saying they share blood, I'm just saying they ultimately are family and cousins because of the marriage, but that was the plan anyway. And like, that's originally what I was getting at. And then it turned into like an incestual debate.
So, okay.
But I just wanted to say that.
Well, here's the thing, though. The plan that you're speaking of, though, it wasn't necessarily okay. There was no plan until she showed up.
Yeah,
and
but
then
that was
when-
an idea that
I know
he
because
had
then he
and held on to.
because then he decided, wait a second, you might be a better candidate. Oh, you're already liking each other? Well, fuck it. I'm just going to go into Francis. That came out wrong. I'm going to take over Francis. So,
Yeah, because he from the beginning when they have that first meeting, it's very clear that Howard is smitten with her. However, I need to issue a correction on something that happened in that discussion because me and Sanja looked this up. Cousins removed has nothing to do with marriage. It's the removed
okay.
is how many generations away from the original family
Oh.
relationship they are. So,
I always, for some reason in my head, thought
The
that the
more you know.
removed part was like divorcing for some reason, or like I don't know why I always thought that.
so the
That's
way
where
it's
it got
like-
really confusing because like for us like in Spanish we're like, oh, it's first, second cousin, but then in English we translate and then there's a remove that to it. It was like,
I don't know.
wait,
Hispanics
Wait,
is just
say
cousins.
it again. What's
That's it.
removed?
Yeah,
It's
so
a-
in Spanish it's
like
primo,
first,
hermano,
second.
primo, segundo primo, tercer primo, cuarto primos.
So
I
it's
have-
like first cousin, second cousin, third cousin, or like
With
brother
your
cousin, like the ones that you're like.
so who your first cousin is in English is our brother or sister cousin. So it's our cousin that is the child of your parents'
your
brother.
parents' siblings.
So yes. So
but
the
for
way
like
with
that would be first cousin then. in
Correct.
general, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But
so,
then for us, if my mom's cousin had a kid, then that kid and I would be first cousins.
and so in Spanish that would be primo hermanos or primo hermana or whatever.
Yeah.
I just want
so
to. I just want to say that I hate graphs so much because I'm just
I
trying
don't think this
to
is a,
make.
this is
I'm
this is
making
a tree,
the lines.
not a graph. This is a tree, not a graph.
Whatever tree, graph, whatever. You know what I mean. It's just I
You would
did
have
not
been
grow.
screwed in Game of Thrones.
I,
Yeah.
I mean, he
That's
hopes he
a
will.
whole
You're just
family
like,
thing.
please don't be my sister.
So, like with the opinions of the, I think I'm the middle ground in this because, yes, Tamika's right. They're cousins by marriage, but I don't like. It's not to me. It's not incest if it's not blood related. It is a weird situation.
But it is weird and creepy.
It is weird to me. Like if they had like been raised together or had a like pre-established relationship of them being family, then to me it would feel creepy. It feels creepy that she ends up with the person that Howard.
Maybe
Like-
it's just because
like-
like I grew up I grew up in Pennsylvania and I made fun of West Virginia all the time for like cousins marrying cousins. So
wow.
like maybe that's why it's just so
Well,
weird to me because it used to
like,
be like an
I-
insult, be like, "What are you
Is
from
there-
West Virginia? Gonna date
with
your cousin?" Like it might just be that for me. That just makes it extra weird.
Yeah, no.
like
with
I'm just gonna
women-
throw that out there. That just might be like my mental thing.
If they had like a previous established relationship where they saw each other as family, but like even with Noemi coming into the house, she very much saw the Doyles as other people and not as like her family.
Mhm.
It was
So
always
I-
like they're Catalina's, like Virgil's Catalina's husband, not he's my cousin-in-law.
Mhm.
So like that relationship, like that, the way she thinks about Francis and Virgil and all of those is different from how she would think about them if that was like a long-standing family relationship. And if that was the case, if that was a long-standing family relationship, then I would be like, yeah, that's weird and creepy. What's creepy to me is that ultimately she ended up with a Doyle, which was not exactly what Howard intended, because Howard intended to have her for himself, but it's still kind of like icky.
Every
And that-
time somebody says that, it just makes me ugh.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
But
don't.
honestly,
I don't.
though, go ahead.
No, go.
Oh, I was just to again, like I think yes, like it is, they weren't like family like blood. However, the thing that makes it all creepy, just like you said, Josh, is the fact that how it ended up, that whole situation was creepy. So the fact that they ended up, finding comfort in each other or whatever is still creepy because it all stemmed from a very fucked up situation. And the fact that it ended still
With a fucked up situation.
with a fucked up situation is what makes the whole thing creepy. I mean, if it didn't end that way, then it would not be a creepy book. So it's kind of like it had to be creepy. You still, even though it ended like happily, you still have to feel uneasy about it because that was a fucked up situation. So like it
Oh, yeah.
has to be weird. It has to be creepy.
It is gonna be a little weird, but weird, yes. I wouldn't say it's creepy though. Weird, yes.
I think
Because at the end of the day, like out of everyone, the Doyles, Francis was the one who was worth anything. All right, he was in himself a prisoner as much as Naomi was, and then Naomi
which
coming
one?
into his life. Know it. So. Our lead, the moment our lead walks into his life,
Our lead
he
walks into a
finds
bar. That's the beginning
the
of the joke.
courage to go against his creepy, deaky invasion of the body snatcher family. And yes, it wasn't. It is kind of like how Howard intended, but it's not. Because at the end of the day, Howard wanted Noemi, and he doesn't get.
I think so. The ending was the one thing about the book that I didn't like, because, and I'll get into it later. It's not because of what I'm about to say, because I do think that her ending up with Francis is thematically appropriate for what's going on.
I saw it as a silver lining. Like it was like a silver lining out of this whole messed up thing. It was like at least they went through it together and they surpassed it, and then they understand what they went through, so they at least have someone in the same level of like, okay, even though you grew up in that whole mess, I just learned from it. Silver lining, now I know where you came from. I can understand it, and we can be on the same page of how insane this situation is.
So
kind of thing.
that's exactly it. When I say it's thematically appropriate, when you look at what happens in the story, the theme is very much about colonialism. It's a book where the villains are these white people that appropriate from a different culture.
The villains are always white people, guys.
I mean,
I'm allowed to say it.
About
I'm
that.
white. Don't worry.
about that. So
We love
they're
you,
like,
though. I'm also
they're like
white.
taking from this other culture. They feel entitled to what they took from them.
I'm gonna have so many
And
white
so-
haters, man.
Who are you? Are we enemies?
No, it's okay because EP already pissed off all the Germans.
Oh, that's right.
Whiter than
I pissed off what? I pissed off Broadway and the entire nation of Germany. So
all white people.
all white people.
We are about
pissed
making
off all white
enemies in
people?
this,
And Tamika pissed off anybody with the name Agnes. Like,
Tamika also pissed off anyone who Jess pissed off anyone who likes The Office.
yeah,
Earlier.
Yeah, that was me.
yeah.
So
I love The Office. Damn it. Sorry, Josh. Go ahead.
We got distracted with who we pissed off. We're just
Yeah.
making sure we know our enemies. It's fine. Continue.
We need to
It's
know
like,
our enemy ground.
It's like Birds of Prey every time that somebody new shows up, and it shows up like the list of grievances.
Yeah.
Like,
Breaking his driver's legs. There's that time I pulled it and having a vagina in the first place. This burning because I put his life part of it. Pulled him rolling back stuck in a house. Teeth Richards.
Yeah, and I was what is it from where he's like the enemy is the inner me. Oh, New Girl, Nick.
New Girl.
He's
That's
the
where,
inner-
yes. That's right.
The enemy is the
Me-
inner me.
inner
When he's
me.
talking to what's his name?
The enemy is inner me. The enemy is the inner me.
So insightful.
Oh, Nick.
so back to the point I was trying to make. The book is very much about like a metaphor for colonialism. I don't know if metaphor is the right word for it.
Analogy.
Yeah.
An analogy. That's a better word. Where Howard is appropriating from these other cultures. He's perverting it. He doesn't understand what it actually meant. And then they feel entitled to it. Like Virgil straight up says that they would still have their money if it wasn't for their revolution. So it's very much that. So the ending feels like a how do we move forward, because they eliminate all of the Doyles except Francis, who's the only one that showed like repentance for like the crimes of his family. So it feels like the author trying to put forward a way to move forward for
Francis.
what do you do with the colonizer once he like repents.
True.
That's kind of like how it felt for me. Why I didn't like the ending is that it felt too neat. Like everything that happened in the book
It
was
wrapped up a little too well.
Really
it wrapped up a
fast,
little
too.
well. Like I felt like there still needed to be.
It was kind of just drama close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like okay.
It's a
So
little
it
weird.
almost felt like it wasn't quite a happily ever after, but it almost felt like a happily ever after.
Yeah.
And
Is
that's
it bad that I think I would have liked it more if at the end when
Like
when
an
they get
open
there and they
ending?
have to take the tonic, if he died when he took the tonic because he was finally out of the house and he couldn't survive? Like, is it bad that I think that would have made it better?
You know
I
what?
think
I
that would have
was-
been happier.
I honestly thought that was gonna happen. I honestly
Same.
thought there was gonna be a moment when they were left the house and everything was burning, and we find out because he's been so like ingrained
there, yeah.
with no, not even that, biologically ingrained with the
Mhm.
mushrooms and the entire environment that when it died, he would also die. And I always felt like, oh, this is probably gonna end with like a sweet, bittersweet, tender moment where he's like literally dying in her arms and grateful that she came into his life and was able to give
Yeah.
him the strength to.
I
escape
thought
his
that he
family.
was
I thought it was
gonna
gonna happen.
die. When,
I thought
when
that
she
would've
like cuddled with him,
I thought he was gonna
that's
die
when I was like,
saving her and
he's not gonna
Catalina,
wake up.
pretty much.
so that would have been a lot like more maybe appropriate for like the genre.
It would have
to
been cooler if he didn't wake up from the coma.
But-
If it's left with that note of he didn't wake up, we
Yeah.
don't know if he's gonna wake up or not.
Or he woke up and then he just died.
That's
Like,
that's
I'm
that's
here
more
to say
fucked
goodbye.
up, but
Okay,
okay. Like that.
No, but at
I'm
least-
awake.
at least
okay,
he had a
bye,
close-
and then dead.
No, but at least she would get like that close of like, okay,
See, I
we
just-
talked, you're good, and
Closure.
then like, yeah, she would have. her
I just would have been
closure.
happy if they like finally got out and then like when they took the tonic and he just like he's like I saved you guys like I said I would, and then he took the tonic trying to save himself and it just died. Like I
That's just
feel
fucked
like
up. Why you gotta hate on the only good
it's a
adult in this
horror
entire family?
story. Of course it's gonna be fucked up. Like why?
Not necessarily. This kind of gothic tales always end with some sort of like silver. Like it's always about like leaving the house, and there's a tender moment at the end when they left the house. and
Yeah,
there they
I killed
go.
my whole family, but don't worry, I'm alive. That's how all of them end.
To be fair, his entire family
To be fair.
were part of a cult
Yep, yep.
that were helping their
He was
patriarch
part of the cult,
live
too.
forever by
Even if he
transferring
wasn't
himself to
willingly
his
part of it,
descendants.
He was part of it.
No,
and
he
he was
wasn't
willing-
though, technically.
He was
'Cause
willingly
he's-
part of
he-
it because he
no,
didn't
no,
do
no.
anything when Howard shoved his tongue.
What
down
was he
and
gonna
doing
do?
it.
He's a skinny, scrawny little thing. He can't really do
No.
anything.
No. In universe, we know that he can't do anything because Howard literally made Ruth blow her brains out.
Exactly.
Correct.
So we
He was
know
being
that
controlled.
Howard has the power.
He
to
wouldn't
stop
be able to
anybody
physically have
from-
done anything. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over Josh. Go.
We know that Howard is powerful enough to influence at least the members of the family into doing exactly what he wants, regardless of what their will is.
Yeah, but
Because
Howard
Ruth had
doesn't
to.
change
Ruth had to literally make Howard go
Drug
to sleep
everybody.
to even start shooting people, and then immediately when he woke up, he was like, "Nope, you're gonna blow your brains out."
Yep.
So we know that he has the power to stop Francis from doing what he wants.
Yeah, but we also know that he gets distracted when he's doing certain weird things, and he was
Sexual
doing something
things.
weird. So Francis could have intervened, at least tried to intervene, and then it would have made me like him a little bit more. But like he just kind of stood there and looked away and was like, "Nope, I'm not saying this."
Yeah, but we have no idea how, like, he's lived his entire life under such an oppressive household.
I mean, it
that
does
it's
go
very
to
hard.
show
It's
that-
very hard to break away from
It's
those chains.
when you, if he like, because he grew up in that situation, he did not like the way
He
I see
has
it,
his own
Dave,
set of
he-
issues that he
Yeah,
needs
like
to...
how would he
And
break
yet it's
from
totally
something
fine
that
that
is
him and
normal?
Noemi ended up together, even though he has his own set of issues.
I mean,
Are you
everybody-
saying people that don't have their own set of issues can't be together?
I'm saying they should
She's
work
saying
on their
everyone
issues
should go to
beforehand.
therapy, work on themselves, take some time, and then
Look, at the end-
reconvene.
At
If
the
you
end
can
of the day,
have a
we
plant
have...
and keep it alive, and then have a pet and keep it alive, then you can
I got
attempt to have
issues
a
with
relationship.
plants.
Okay. You still have your dog.
Can I just say that I enjoy how they like foreshadowed that they were going to burn the whole place down, because Francis was like, I should just burn this whole place down. And then
Yes.
later on, lo and behold, unintentionally, Noemi, she actually burns the whole place down, which is kind of cool. It was nice foreshadowing, I thought.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
for bringing us back on track.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
no shit.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing us back on track.
With that
And,
being said, aside from the ending and how we feel about that, like overall, what I mean, do you have any other discussions you want to get into about the beginning, middle, or other parts of the ending? Or
The beginning is very slow.
it was such a slow burn.
Yeah.
It took a while.
Well,
And I liked the middle.
at 18
I really
chapters.
did start to like it in the middle, and then it
That's
took
not
a minute
that-
to turn.
It was a small book. Like, I feel like it was a short book. It was like very easy to read and it went by fast, but also like it was very slow. And then there was just like a quick part, and then it was just like ending. Like it just kind of was very paced badly. No offense.
No, I
mean-
would say the same thing. I would try, because it took 18 chapters for it to really get to the situation and the conflict and the problem and everything that was going on. I would have said just like I would have shortened the burn, and I would have done like maybe the 5 or 10 chapters and then go into the big deal and then try to like
You see,
go
I
from
don't-
there of like, this
I
is
mean,
what's
when it
going on.
comes to
Here
the
we go.
I don't know.
So
I
the-
think like it's a slow burn, but I think the book is already pretty lean. I think like yes, it takes 18 chapters to get to like the action, but it's 18 chapters well used in establishing the characters and the environment.
Okay, I
Like,
would have
it's all-
I would
yeah.
have added a little bit more of Martha. Just saying, add a little bit more of the healer, because she tells the story and then she disappears.
Oh yeah, I
She
kind of
definitely
love
thought it was
Martha.
something,
I love Martha, and I love Dr. Camarillo.
Yeah,
the
they're
only
really the
character.
only ones that I feel like the information I got from them was honestly more. I hate to like, it sounds stupid saying this, but it was more entertaining, and like
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, and like I could just see it as like a
course it's
flashback,
more
and it was like
entertaining.
perfect. Like I was like, yeah, and it was kind of creepy and scary because you could just see Ruth like going room to room. Like it was just like one of those creepy things, but like at the same time, it was just those were the moments I liked.
Yeah,
But it
chapter.
took so fucking long to get there.
I think my favorite chapters were 12 and 20. 12 is when Martha is telling the story of Ruth.
Mhm.
And I thought, like, I'm here for this. Give me the tea. Like,
Exactly.
This
That's
is
what I was-
juicy.
That's what I was
We're
gonna
here for
say.
it.
Yeah, of course, it's more entertaining because you're listening to someone giving you tea.
Yeah,
And
it's like
then-
pure gossip.
Isn't that
It
the
was like,
best?
"Ooh, she did what?
And it's like a
I'm
listen,
here for the
it's a Hispanic viejita telling us the family drama. Of course, that shit's gonna be like on point.
Be like, yes, tell
Okay,
me, PP, what's going on?
I've said this before, and I do enjoy the slow burn, and that's because it's not that off from the gothic genre. It's
That's
all
what you're like,
about it's a big chunk. I'm gonna ignore that. There's a big chunk right at the beginning where it's all about suggestion and atmosphere, and it really builds up because the location itself is a character.
Yeah.
So 2/3 of that book sets up the family, the lore, the background, the creepiness, the dream. It gives you this air of uneasiness because the house itself is a character. That's why all that setup, all that it's supposed to take you there. You're supposed to be there. So the moment when the third part of the book comes up and you find out what's going on, the action starts. It's you, like you guys said, you guys were so in there because of the reading, because of the writing, and the moment shit goes down, you're all like, ah. So it worked.
You're right.
Or if you're Jess, you're like, ugh.
Oh no, not it's the phlegm makes a difference. It's I've run out of phlegm. Hang on.
Let's not.
Please don't.
I think the word you use, uneasy, is exactly how I would describe like this. The majority of this book was not scary. It was like a sense of unease all the way through, and then the last part of the book was just disturbing. Like
which is
the discomfort of
horror doesn't necessarily have to be scary. It just has to leave you unnerved,
horrified.
You know?
Yes, uncomfortable.
So what was your guys' like favorite moment? Like I know for me it was Martha, like her telling the story. Like anybody else have like a favorite moment?
I have a few.
Definitely Martha and
I'll let everyone else go first.
Yeah,
I think
I like Ruth flashback.
Yes, the flashback was
same. That's one of them. The Ruth flashback is good.
But most things with Ruth, I feel like she was the thing that like once you realize you're on her side, you're like, yeah shoot him.
Yeah, actually, never mind. Ruth was actually my favorite character.
No, Martha's up there.
So
at least for me.
Kind of like.
Yeah, Ruth and Martha.
At least for me, Martha was one of like the good. Like it's Martha and Ruth. Like it's up there. Like yes. Also, the moments like after everything happened when Noemi wakes up and Francis like tells her everything that she like clicks everything of what's going on. I was like, okay, like I knew the gossip. Now that everything's connecting, it was like, what? Mind blown. Yes. Okay. Now take action. Now do something. Now get on your feet and run and burn the shit down.
Yeah, the gloom when she goes into when she finds out what the gloom was and the in and out when she sees everything, the history.
But the fact that she could detect and be like, okay, I'm in the gloom now. Like the facts that everything was like everything connected. It was like yes, okay. Now take action. Now
I also really like the dreams. I know everyone here is gonna be like no, but like. The imagery that's described, the imagery that's described in these dreams, specifically the one where she sees Ruth murder her father, and that strange, like the whole house is made of like flesh and the organs behind the walls,
muscles and veins.
The way she described it is so unearthly and so not even unearthly, otherworldly, whatever,
unnatural.
Exactly, and it just. The way she put it was like the most like, and we've said this word multiple times. It is such Lovecraft that I love it. It is just so disturbing. It just leaves you just like
love Lovecraft.
I mean, I love his work. He's a terrible person, but
specifics.
So, but yeah, the dreams, they were great. I love the interactions. I enjoy the interactions between Francis and Noemi, especially when Francis breaks into Spanish, because then it throws you off. Because then you're like, then you're just kind of like, oh shit. Also, the moment when Noemi finally snaps at Florence, and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with this house? It's like she's kept her composure with everyone up to this point, and she's like, fuck it, I'm gonna cuss. What the fuck is going on in this house?
Language.
Steve doesn't like that kind of talk.
One thing I want to mention is that I do love how she described. I love the setup of the finale in that chamber where Ruth is. The way she describes the whole chamber, like
the chamber doesn't have Ruth in it.
Yeah.
No, Agnes.
Agnes. Sorry.
Agnes.
I thought you liked this book.
I do like this
that.
book, but I'm also an idiot. But still, I love how no one even argues that.
Wow. First step is acceptance.
So, and the worst part is, I hate the reactions Josh gives me. He's just, huh? So,
There you go. I even celebrated it. Look.
Hey, that's like the first time. Wow, now we're reusing these. Oh, I see.
You never did a self-proclaimed idiot, so I had to do that.
It's so hard for me to read.
Oh no, because the last one was self-proclaimed moron. Shit, you're right.
Yes.
That was an earlier episode. Okay, keep it up, Jess. Keep it up.
Hey, Queen. Girl, you have done it again. Constantly raising the bar for us all and doing it flawlessly.
I just realized, I'm so sorry to interrupt again. It's me, whatever. I just realized I was so hard. I could not read any of these things on the screen. I'm like, fuck, usually I can see without my glasses, at least this screen. I just realized I'm not on full screen. Like, I was literally like looking super tiny at us this whole time.
Mika, you'll watch this back and you'll see that I put Mika won't look up. Like,
I couldn't see. I can't I was like,
the whole time you're just like,
I couldn't read anything and I couldn't see anything. But now I was like, oh my god, I'm not on full screen.
Like, nope. You're just gonna look down and I'm like, is she gonna look up? And you're like talking to us, but looking down, and I'm like, is this how it's gonna be the whole episode? But like,
the whole time.
Wait, where's that from?
Miss Doubtfire.
Miss Doubtfire. We use that clip too.
No, when you're like the whole time. Like, where's that?
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, guys. That's at the dinner when she's. Okay, never mind. Got it.
We use that clip in like the
I can now read everything perfect. Anyway.
So yeah, the chamber. I liked it because it's the way she describes it and sets it up for like a final confrontation. It gives it this really eerie. It gives it this really eerie. Like I like a lot of survival horror games. So it like sets it up like this nice little boss arena kind of thing that I was expecting, which we kind of do. We kind of get like. We get Virgil and Francis fucking duking it out, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I like that location.
Catalina with a fatality.
Fatality. Sonia wins.
It's just when she just comes up to him and just gets the knife and just
not tonight. I'm fucking tired. Tomorrow.
But yeah.
If only there was a Sonja.
Honestly, I like that Catalina got the blowing kill on both Virgil and Howard.
The blowing kill? The blowing?
The final blow. The
what? What?
I don't know. It's like this.
You mean the final blow?
Yes.
The final killing blow? We should just stop saying the word blow. Okay.
You're the only one saying it.
I should stop saying the word blow.
There you go.
Guys, I have to say, this was deja vu. I actually dreamt this conversation. It was kind of
weird. You dreamt about Evie saying blow 100 times.
And you saying, you're the only one saying it.
Sonja's over here having like a That's So Raven version of the
But I didn't do the face, so it's okay.
Why do I keep doing this?
All right. So usually we rank the characters, but like everybody's terrible. So like, who was the worst character for you guys?
Howard.
Florence.
Virgil. Thank you.
Okay,
because
objectively,
Daddy Virgil.
It's Howard and Virgil.
It's objectively it's Daddy Howard and Daddy Virgil. So yes.
No.
Did I trigger something? Yes. Good. Be disgusted. So
no.
I hate it here.
See, yes, objectively Howard and Virgil are terrible, but the reason why I hate Florence is because she is a complacent bitch, and I hate her.
I
She
find
was a bitch all around. She really was.
I find her character very triggering. she is. I can't even talk about this. She's just
a bitch.
Every time she was like,
I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like I had an Hispanic connection with him because he just did this, and I automatically knew exactly what he meant.
Wait, who? What? Oh, Josh.
I like every time she was on the page, I got very angry, like very fast. I know people like her, and they are the worst people.
Yeah.
I know people in my family that are like that. So that's why I do a little.
There's always that one in the family. There's always that one in the family.
I don't know if
that
it's
you
for
just wanna-
you, but for me, it's always like an aunt of some sort.
It's always an aunt.
Yeah.
And it's like, bitch.
And it's and if you watch any Jenny and if you watch any Jenny Lorenzo videos, you know, Florence is a Gloria. So there you go.
I don't know who that is.
She's a YouTuber.
Gloria, though, she's like a serious version of Gloria.
Yes, because she's not like the other ones. She's not flawed, obviously.
No.
I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Character
I don't know
of
any
a
people.
YouTuber.
We have to introduce the non-Hispanics here to our.
I mean, Tamika is Hispanic. She just like needs a little 101 on the culture.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting that. I'm sorry, Tamika. It's
And
just
Jess is adopted, so she has to.
yeah. I approve.
She's honorary.
She is honorary.
And after
Anything, all of them. You're Puerto Rican.
He's an
Cuban, and
honorary
Mexican.
habanero.
No. Can we cut the Cuban?
Honorary habanero.
Can we cut the Cuban? Because after this year, I'm just kind of like.
You want to come over to the Mexican side?
We're Mexican or Puerto Rican. You gotta pick. You can be both. Mexican.
Puerto Rican.
He already celebrated Dia de los Muertos.
Mexican.
True.
It's true. I think I'll just stay undefined.
Wow. Fuck you too. Damn.
That has nothing to do with you.
It was either
took it
that or
personally.
choosing a side to Mika, and then you would have not liked that either.
I would have rather you had backbone, man. Have backbone.
Wow.
Okay, to be fair, I do have a little bit more fun on the Mexican side, but still.
But it's okay because the point is that we are all a melting pot.
We're all
Whatever,
a melting
puñeta.
pot.
Wow! Here I am. I'm like, I love my Puerto Ricans.
I swear to God,
I
it's
love-
like what was that tagline for one? I think it was Alien vs Predator. It's like whoever wins, we lose. It's like whatever side, I still lose, so it doesn't matter.
That's true. You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Howard is still my least favorite. Everything he did fucking piss. Like I just.
It was Florence and Howard. Florence because she was mostly the one that we saw, but then Howard was close second because the small parts that he was in it was the worst.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like,
also, fuck
Virgil
the
was
doctor.
being super manipulative all the time, but like Florence was like directly the one
The main
executing
face.
Howard's orders.
Yeah.
She was like the what's her name? Martha. No, what's the name in The Handmaid's Tale?
On Lydia.
Yes.
I have to watch that.
I have not watched that.
You should, except I only got through season 2, but I just mentally couldn't. I couldn't take it anymore. It was stressing me out, pissing me off.
That's not a
It's
reason.
so
that I should
good.
watch it.
It's so good.
You're
But at the
listing
same
reasons
time-
why I shouldn't watch it.
At the same time, it was just right now with the climate going on. It was too much for me to take.
I'll watch it after I finish Evil and Elementary.
There you go.
I haven't seen it, but I did read the book this month. This summer for a book club. So, and it was
another book club. Are you cheating on us?
Wow, you
slut. Oh,
Are you
Yeah,
saying you
book
have
club?
another book club that isn't us? You little
You're a
bag.
hoe.
Why are you
slut.
cheating on us? That's
You're
not nice.
also
You're
really
cheating on us
fading and
because
hiding.
We specifically asked you not to.
We still see you.
Loyalty, man. Respect, it's all we ask.
And we told you that you were the only
R-E-S-P-C.
hoe for us. And then your hoe's not your hoe. No mo.
Then suddenly she's not your hoe, no mo.
So is
my
it that
gosh.
time of the evening when
Yes, I believe it is that time of night.
announce our next book?
Yeah. I'm excited
Ready?
for this one.
Oh, whoosh. Can you guess what it
see
is? I have to
I
make
can't
sure
say
I
the
it
title
right.
because I can't say that word.
The House in the Cerulean Sea.
Now, can you repeat that, Jess? The house in the what sea?
Nope.
Cerulean.
I tried to tell somebody what book
Cerulean.
we were reading next, and I was like, so really. And they're like, so what? And it's like, yeah.
In the Swahili Sea.
It's fine.
By
It's in the
T.J.
blue
Klune.
sea. It's in the blue sea, okay? It's fine.
Josh, are you stealing my thunder?
I'm being a visual aid for you.
Thunder.
Thank you. I have no idea what this is about. I have yet to read anything on the back. I never knew.
All I know is that the description mentioned a were Pomeranian, and I was all for it.
Just
Hang on,
read the
hang on,
back.
hang on, guys. Let's
Read the back.
give me a second. And bam, you go.
It's so pretty. I love it.
How whimsical and amazing.
It fits with where our
It goes
minds
with
are
my-
always at.
It goes
That
with
is
my
so
new blue
true.
hair.
Oh,
I mean, I have blue hair, but I live in the dark, so you guys will never see it.
I love
I'm
it.
all
I want
for
pink
it.
hair. Should I dye my hair this color pink?
Yes.
Do it.
Fucking should, shouldn't I?
I had pink
Yes.
hair for a while. Once upon a time. I've had every color hair for a while. Once upon a
I'm
time.
gonna dye my hair pink before I come visit you, Jess.
Yes. Do it.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we
Yes.
insert? Can I make a specific request of the clip of the Velociraptor from Jurassic World going yes?
Yes. Yes.
Wait. When does
Yes.
that happen in Jurassic World?
It does not.
It doesn't.
It's a meme.
I'll send you the clip.
Oh God!
It does not happen in the actual Jurassic World. Just say.
It should
I was about to
have.
say, did I miss something in that movie? Because I assure you,
Yeah.
that scene did
The
not
whole
happen.
plot line.
No. And,
All right.
Okay, so on that,
Are we not going
note,
to tell them what the
guys-
movie's about? Or what the book is about? Sorry, shit, fuck.
Have we done that in the
shit,
past?
fuck.
Shit.
No,
fuck.
this is the first time we can talk about our expectations.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
I thought we were
Oh.
going to do that and tell them that we were going to start doing, like spoiler-free, at least
Oh, yeah.
episodes.
We can do it.
Informing people that if they
So-
aren't sure if they want to read with us, we will let you know.
True.
Yeah, so we're
Coming
going to be
soon.
doing spoiler-free reviews for the books as well. So it'll be like a section where, like, if you've seen this entire episode, then you've already seen what the spoiler-free is. We're just gonna cut all that.
And you love us.
Yeah, thank you for hanging out with us and putting up with this. Why are you watching?
Don't ask, just keep going.
Why did I sign
I feel
up for
like
this?
Because they're procrastinating something they should be doing.
They're only
Probably.
watching to see how many times we insult Ubi. I feel like we need
This
a
is
counter
the
from
wrap
now
up
on.
that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend.
We started wrapping it and then it never ends.
It never
So we'll
does.
just keep on tangenting because that's what we do.
Take it
Oh,
away.
are we-
Sophia.
Well, on that note, that is a wrap for this week's episode. Remember to please like, share, and subscribe. Also,
Stay spicy,
comment
fellow
and talk to
disasters.
us. Yes, stay very spicy, fellow disasters.
A spicy meatball.
A spicy pepper.
It's a spicy
Pepper.
pepper.
Oh, hey guys, rate us with how many peppers you think this episode was. Okay?
Yes, we're gonna start pepper.
That was
rating.
my idea.
Commenting.
Yeah.
Commenting us. We're gonna start peppering. Comment
We're
us.
gonna start peppering.
Wait, hold on. I don't know if I want to say comment with peppers because I don't want to see peppers, guys. Please don't comment with
Oh, not those peppers. Like
Please
actual
don't
peppers.
do that to
Not
me.
that pepper.
You
You know-
love me.
Just by saying that, you're instigating it to happen.
You are instigating it.
You should have just.
Let's just start private messages, and we'll monitor before.
Get into her DMs.
No, don't slide into my DMs. Don't do it.
Just stick that pepper
And-
right in there.
Also, for,
Oh
Alright,
man.
I'm kidding. Leave her alone.
I'm ending the broadcast.
Okay, bye.
Bye,
Yeah.
guys.
Bye.
Stay spicy.